Wait. Hello, social media. This is Talk.
Talk.
Yeah, I was going to say Talk, but anyway. Hello, social media. This is Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash. I am Jim.
And I'm Ash. And bump and sip.
So, I hope you guys, before we get started on our topic, I want to talk about our shameless business plug right quick. If you guys haven't noticed already, especially on Facebook, and
Why is it a shameless business plug? It's a commercial.
It's a shameless business plug. I'm not ashamed of it. That's why it's called shameless business plug. But anyway, you notice that we are shooting a lot more like small commercials, as my wife was saying, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. I hope we like for you guys to leave some type of comments. If you enjoy those commercials and that type of content, we are doing it on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all the above, any type of Instagram,
Threads,
so
Nextdoor.
Yeah, you see our content, please, engage with it, have fun with it, critique it, we really appreciate that. Those comments really help us out.
And my husband has the camera turned around, by the way. So if you are making comments, we would never know. We'd never know. So, but you can make comments. It just so happens since this camera's turned around, if you all want to talk to us, I guess we'll respond later. He had such a brilliant idea. It was brilliant.
It's just live and it's recording.
It is brilliant because his quality is better.
My quality is way better. That's why I did it that way.
Well, you can't see if anybody's commenting.
That's fine. That's fine. But I mean, this is really going to be for all social media platforms anyway.
Well, he said we're doing a shameless plug. By the way, guys, y'all see these mugs? Like, y'all see these mugs? Because he didn't do the shameless plug. Green Rose.
Green Rose. And
insurance. And so what do we do?
You just said it. Green Rose Insurance. Right?
Sure. Green Rose Insurance.
So Green Rose Insurance, so specifically you want to say that. The insurance that we focus on, that I focus on, property and casualty, flood, life, and commercial
and renters.
That's property.
Well, people may not know that's property.
Okay.
You gotta do all of it.
That's property.
So I'm all things health, dental, vision, ACA, Medicare, regular health insurance. I don't have any pet insurance as of yet, but I'm all things health. So if you need anything, I'm also known as the Medicare lady. That's my other name that many people know me by. So if you know anybody turning 65 this year, call me the Medicare lady. That's what I specialize in.
Cool. So what are we talking about today, Medicare lady?
Well, our topic is very interesting. It's called devotion before intimacy.
And explain, what does that mean exactly?
Devotion. A devotion is it's people consider when they have a devotion with God, they pray, they talk to God, they read their Bibles, and it's just an intimate time that you have with the Lord.
Okay. So question, guys, internet land. If you're a married couple, because this is only for married couples.
Only for married couples.
Only for married couples.
This is our marriage advice for today.
How many of you pray, if any, pray before intimacy?
It's an honest question because intimacy is ordained by God in marriage. So if it's ordained by God, the question for the internet is: should you pray before you get intimate with your spouse?
Should you pray?
Or do you pray? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to pray. If you're married, you're already following God the way God wants it. So you don't have to pray. So do you pray?
Do you pray? Let's go to the world. Do you pray before intimacy?
No, I don't pray. That I'm pretty,
Why don't you pray? I mean, don't you want the best experience? If you pray for the best experience.
I don't have to pray. I'm pretty confident in my abilities. And
see, that's being selfish. I mean, that's being arrogant.
It's not being arrogant. It's just like
you're confident in your abilities.
So, all right. So, do you pray before going down a water slide?
Oh yes, I pray before
do you pray? I don't know why she does this. But
no, I do pray before. I mean, like, oh Lord Jesus, when I'm going down the water slide, I say, oh Lord Jesus, and then I scream.
Do you pray anytime you do any fun activity? Like you pray before?
If it's dangerous, and
no. I'm sorry, it's a fun activity that's not dangerous. Do you pray? Do you pray? You know what? We about to play Scrabble. That's fun. We like to have fun. Do we pray?
Okay,
we about to play spades. Do you pray before then? I'm just asking.
It depends on how many hours you're talking about. Because I do my devotion every morning.
I know. No.
I do my devotion.
We playing a game that you consider fun. Do you, and right before the game, which is a fun activity, do you pray? Yes or no?
I don't know. I don't think I may.
So she can't answer the question. That means she does not pray. So yeah.
Okay, well maybe I'll start praying before we play spades. How about that?
Yeah, okay. So but you don't pray. That's the point. So
the reason why spades is not.
Wait. I said that to say that's why before intimacy I don't pray because it's a fun activity for me. So why would I pray for something I want to do is fun?
But what if it's ordained by God?
No.
Is spades ordained by God?
It's already ordained by God because we got married. So I don't understand why I have to pray. Okay. I don't have to pray.
As you all can see, we have difference of opinions because, I don't pray every time, but I do pray before intimacy because I need to make sure that my mind is right, my body is right, everything is... Please, son, this is not a conversation for you.
I was getting my phone.
I know. I was just telling you. Just go ahead and go. I know.
So why'd you...
You did a good job. This is not a PG-13 conversation, so if you have children around...
Nobody knew he was here until you said something, but okay.
But anyway, I'm just going to say, I may be one of a million that has devotion before intimacy. But it's something that I have to do because I need to make sure that God can help me have the best experience for my husband because, I admit, I'm not like a whippet. What you call it? A whip?
A whippet? I don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, I'm trying to say I'm not the best. I already know that is not my forte, okay? Am I like...
Wow. You being real open today.
I'm just saying that's not my...
Tell the internet what you really think about yourself. Go ahead now.
I'm telling you, I'm being honest about myself. I know that I'm not the best, but I'm the best for my husband because God gave me, right? Only you would know. So I guess I should stop there because only you would know what I am like as an intimate partner. But it's nothing wrong with praying before. You don't know what I'm praying. I don't get on my knees and be like, oh, Lord, let this be the best experience ever. I lay in the bed. And in my head, I'm saying what I want to say. I don't have to say it to him.
So why we bring? So why do you want to talk about this topic? It's a whole bunch of topics.
We could have talked about a lot of different topics.
Why did you want to talk about?
Well, in Sunday school today, we talked about praying with your spouse, and we have a 28-week challenge of praying for your spouse, praying about your spouse, praying with your spouse, whatever you got to do. And so. One of the topics was, what are some of the things that you're afraid to pray with your husband or spouse about? Whether it be finance, some people say finances.
I think most people say finances.
Yeah, but
couples.
Yeah, and so me and Jamal don't pray about sex together. So that's maybe a one. What? That may be a one-sided prayer. But he said one band, one sound. So if I'm praying for it,
where you get that from?
What, one band, one sound?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he brought that clip in from the Drumline, the movie.
Okay. I mean, they usually, when you say stuff like that, you have to make sure the audience knows what you're talking about.
Okay, there's a movie called Drumline, and the guy said one band, one sound. And so, if we apply that to marriage, we are one band, one sound. So, if I'm praying about things, we're together. One band, one sound, right?
Okay, so that is the challenge then. So let's go into detail about that. All right, so my wife got stated it earlier. She said that we have a 28-week prayer challenge, couples, and so what we're supposed to do, like I think last month we had the kindness challenge. I actually like the kindness challenge. I'm still trying to implement, still going through it on a daily basis, trying to be kind and working on being kind, and not just saying anything, at the top of my head, just being kind, so just because the kindness challenge officially ended with us as a church body doesn't mean that we have to stop being kind and actually try to implement that. So I'm still on the kindness challenge, that's what I'm trying to do here. And then next on this challenge, and I like this, I like our marriage ministry. Our marriage ministry really does challenge us to do, different things. So now we have a 28 prayer, challenge. And so when they say prayer challenge, it doesn't mean like I pray on my own, she prays on her own. It wants us to pray together about certain things. If that's something that my wife, Ash wants to talk about, which is sex, whatever, or intimacy, and pray about that. then we can pray about it together. It'll be a first. Because, I mean, we talked about it, but we never prayed about it. So that's gonna be a difference right there. We talked about this many times, but now if my wife wants to pray about it, we will pray about it. And I think like most other couples, of course, financially, because we have a business. And we want our business to do very well. We want people to support us, and as they support us, we're going to give you the best customer service that we can possibly give you. And so we want to thrive in that. So looking forward to that. So just watch, see what God does with us.
That is our prayer challenge for 28 weeks. Is that we want our business to do well. We want to meet our monthly goals, and so we're just going to trust God together, pray on that He would bless us in that area and allow us to meet our goals so that we can leave a legacy for our children and their children. And Green Rose will be known as a bigger company like Allstate, State Farm, Farmers. It'll be called Green Rose Insurance. And just know that supporting us, you're just seeing the start of something bigger. I can see it right now, Green Rose being all over the country. And it will be a Black-owned husband and wife team that started the insurance company. So just throwing that plug in there, this is our 28-week prayer challenge. Today's topic was devotion before intimacy. You do not have to do that. I'm a little different. And
yeah,
so,
I think social media and internet sees that.
I'm a little different.
Yeah, you different. But it's okay. I love you're different. It's all good.
But anyway, so we're going to wrap that up. But we do have some other stuff I want to talk about. I wrote down something called I Am My Brother's Keeper. And where am I going with that? I'm going to say a little bit and I'm going to let Jamal go. If I'm going somewhere with my family members, friends, whichever, we're going to stay together. We're going to stay together and we're just going to stay together. When one person wants to stay, we're going to tell them no, they need to come. That's just what it is. That's the rules. We're going to always stay together. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Do you have anything else to say about that? When you went out with your friends, are y'all gonna stay together?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should go further, elaborate. Like, why would you say that? You broke from one point and then clarify. What
my topic was I am my brother's keeper.
Got it. And
I'm just saying that
why are you saying it though? Why are you saying it?
I'm saying that because everybody knows what happened in Mississippi with Nolan Wells.
There you go.
And I just know that if I go anywhere and we're all going together. I'm just gonna say that we're all going together from point A to point B. If you want to go you want to go to the restroom, somebody's going with you to the restroom. All of us don't have to go, but somebody needs to go. If you want to get a drink, somebody needs to go with you to get a drink. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say this too, in that first off, for the Nolan Wells, the Wells family, or his parents, his family. Our condolences go out to them in that situation. It really is sad. Actually it breaks my heart that even happened, something like that. But I know this. I'm gonna just put myself in his position, in Nolan Wells' position, and this is something I can appreciate my parents for. In certain situations, I'll just say this: my mother, she was not going to let me, hang out with certain people, and sometimes, people might say she was an overprotective mother, and I would rather, just like she was for me and for my children. Actually, a lot of the things my mom, especially my mom, but a lot of my disciplinary stuff comes from her. But I'd rather for my child to be upset with me but alive than happy with me and possibly hurt or dead. That's just what it is. And I think that's how my mom thought about it. You can be mad at me all you want to, but guess what? It's you alive and breathing, right? And so that's how I look at it, in that particular case of Nolan Wells. When I look at it, and I just know my mother would not have let me go on. Like, it didn't matter how old I was. She would have told me, like, no, I don't want you to go with that because it doesn't seem right. Because she just, the overprotectiveness will kick in. Actually, I don't even think it's at this point. I don't even think it's being overprotective. It's just really pretty much having a discerning spirit. Again, I know they're on the same football team. I don't know the full story of their relationship with those friends. And even when I was a child, I had friends with white friends. I had white friends too. I had my neighbors were white. We went to a predominantly white neighborhood back in Alabama. But my mother, you know, she is, it's like an unwritten rule between, you know, just being, yeah, we're black, you know. And so in certain situations, my mother did not let me do certain things that my white counterparts or friends did, or she didn't let me hang out with them, you know, in certain rooms. And not, and it wasn't just because like it was like a racist thing or a prejudice thing or anything like that. It's just like, there was like, okay, these are just some things you know you can't do, and you have to be watchful and be protective of your child. And in this particular case with Nolan Wells, you know, I feel sorry for it. It really breaks my heart that that happened. But we just have to be very watchful of our children at all times, and you have to think about everything that can happen. Everything. You have to try. You know, you're not gonna be able to think of everything, but you have to try your best to think of everything, because you know we just don't know.
My opinion with that is that I'm gonna say I'm leaning towards more of you can't trust people in general. I was saying if my son wanted to go somewhere with some friends, I need to meet his parents, because usually it's not always the case, but children are, you know, what's the example of their parents. So if their parents are a little special, 9 times out of 10 the child is a little special. So I'm probably thinking anybody that wants to hang out with my son, their parents probably want to meet me, because I am a little special.
I think it still even goes beyond that, because sometimes you can meet the parents and still, like, think about this. We had a situation, right? And our son wanted to go to a party, and you know, at first, you know, we were all about letting him go because he was with a family member, right? And when I got there, although I trusted the people there, I didn't trust the party participants. I was like, okay, no, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I may agree to it at the beginning, but no, I'm just not going. No, son, you cannot go because of this, and this. And I don't care if you're upset or disappointed. I'm your dad. I can overrule what I said before. And that's the type of discernment, you know, you have to have, because the thing is, the situation could change. And like I said earlier, I would rather for you to be upset with me but alive and healthy than happy with me but you'd be hurt or dead. I don't care. You could be pissed off at me, as long as you're alive and breathing. I had that 100% of the time over any other situation. That's what I'm talking about. Whether it's black, white, whatever the environment is, we as parents have to be discerning parents as much as we possibly can, and really read the room, because like, you know, we only get our children, we only get one chance at life. So you really got to do your best, you know, to like discern. And even then, sometimes you still can't help it, because God has your number. God has your number. But at the same time, there's some situations where if we really like think about it, and we really discern, you know, all right, we can prevent some things too. So that's how I look at the whole situation of that. You know, if you hear them in the background, my son is sneezing. Yes, loud sneeze. But anyway, yeah, that's just how I view it, though. Get back to what you were saying too, though, about my brother's keeper. And you know, in the past, I have gone out with friends. You know, my mother was like, you know, protective of me, but she did let me go out sometimes. You know, and I did go out sometimes. I did have white friends. I did go out with some of my I went out with black friends too. But one thing, if we went out as a group, all of us came back together, no matter what, because we all had parents. We were never gonna let somebody just like, okay, I'm gonna go, nah, bro, you gonna come back with this because I ain't telling your mom and daddy this, blah, because we all got in trouble for that. So for this particular fact that, you know, his friends left him wherever, you know, they left him, and they try to say, hey man, you need to come back with us. No, it's either we all gonna stay here, or you know, we all staying here, or we all leaving. We ain't leaving without one of us being left behind. And so to me, that whole situation is, you know, suspicious. And his friends were really not his friends. I don't care if it was an accident or not. They were not his friends because they left. They left. So I don't agree with that. It actually makes me very upset to think about it.
So yeah, we are, as parents, the mother, I can relate to her, like, as far as I can tell she's a Christian. I can tell she's a wonderful parent, wonderful mom. She's grieving. I told Jamal that I'm gonna stop watching the news and everything because I get caught up myself and all that. So I feel bad for her. You know, there's nothing that can bring her son back, and I can't imagine, you know, something like that happening. But you know, I do trust in God, and I know that God never makes a mistake. So I know that God will, you know, if God's bringing this storm to her, that He's going to give her the strength, that whatever she needs to make it through it. I call it a hurdle in a sense, or, you know, God put this in front of her, and He's going to bring her either over it, through it, under it, wherever He does it. And it's hard. It's a high hurdle. But I know God is going to give her what she needs. And so
Well, you're only speaking about the mother.
I'm sorry, the mother and the father. But
both
parents lost a son. But I guess I'm speaking of a mother to mother. You can speak from a father. I know how it feels. I don't know how it feels. I'm so sorry to say that. I do not know how it does. And I don't want to experience. I don't want to experience
that at all.
But I'm gonna ask the mom to just, you know, keep strong, keep believing in God, and know that it's gonna be a testimony. There's so many people, parents that have gone through what you've gone through, are going to go through what you're going through, and so you can help, you know, someone else down the road. Like someone else may be able to help you because their son or child went through that. So just hold your head up. We're praying for you. We know that this is terrible. Wish it would have never happened. And so, you know, you just got to be your brother's keeper.
Yeah, be your brother's keeper, and also have a discerning spirit, especially as a parent. We just can't, you know, just go. We can't have our minds on airplane mode, basically. And I'm not saying that they did. Perhaps they had some type of establishment of trust, you know, between the parents of those other boys. But we just came like, okay, yeah, you can go, whatever, and not think about it. We really got to be like, you know, 10 toes down, just thinking about every situation. Have situational awareness about everything. Even if we would have said yes before, like, you know, again, our son want to go to a party, and I was, you know, and after I saw what the party was, I was like, oh no, you ain't going to this party, because, you know, situational awareness, you have to be changed. You're on the dime, like, okay, no, I said yeah, but no, you ain't going here. No. That's just how it has to be, because life, you only get one chance.
All right. And so we have a few more minutes left, and there's a couple of things I want to discuss that we're proud of our son. He made it to the Junior Olympics for the very first time. So he'll be going to Los Angeles, California in a couple of weeks to run the 4x800 meter relay. We have started a GoFundMe for him. So if you would like to contribute to his GoFundMe, just send me a text message and I'll send you his link. Again, he's excited. We're proud of him. He worked very hard this summer in the heat training. He still has about 2 weeks of training to go, but I'm just very proud of him.
I had to give it to him. He was, I'll just say this, he started here in the, you know, like I said, if this is back where he was, he's definitely, you know, you can see how, you know, he's definitely off camera.
My son went from
he definitely
walking
improved.
that last 100, walking, to sprinting. Like, when I say when he first started track, I was like, no, this is an embarrassment. But now he loves it, and so I don't have to beg him to go to practice. I don't have to anything. He's asking me to take him to practice, and so that's kind of where you want your child to be. You want your child
came a long way
to be asking you for practice and this and that, and you don't have to beg. It makes it so much easier, because when we first started, it was like pulling teeth. I
say this to my anime lovers out there. I would say this: my son is Naruto. He's Naruto, because if you guys know anime, you know how Naruto started off, and the whole village was thinking like, no, not Naruto, stop it. But no, but now, but toward the end, Naruto became like, you know, like that guy. Well, that's how my son, he's on that upward trend of becoming a Naruto that way. And like I said, he's like the embodiment. He has to. The funny thing, I wish he liked anime, but he does not like anime.
I don't either. That's my next topic: personality traits. Me and Ivan, we could not do it, but we like the same similar type of shows. That's the part that's so amazing. And him and Trent like the same type of shows. It's like, God is amazing. That's a gene, you know. Just
Daddy's
simple as
daughters, mama's boy.
just simple things
Daddy's
like
girl,
that.
mama's boy.
Personality. He gets his personality from me. Trent gets gets her personality from her daddy, and we didn't train them that way. It's just they was born that way.
I would say it's a mix. I would say majority of his personality comes from you. He does have some things from me that is limited.
It's limited.
And also, like Trinity, like a majority of her personality comes from me, but she does have aspects of you too. And so it's like a bit mixture. Like I would say, honestly, I think it's like Ivan has 80%. Well, I say 85% of your personality, probably 15% of my personality. Trinity,
What's
same
that
way.
15%?
Huh?
I don't know that 15% he has of yours.
15% is like he's gonna make smart decisions in life.
Okay. So, okay. You can say that, whatever.
You know, and he has entrepreneurial spirit earlier on.
I
Just like he has entrepreneurial spirit. Like even when I was his age, I always had entrepreneurial spirit. He's a hard worker. He goes out his way.
Then what 15% does Trent have of me? She's smart.
Huh?
The 15% is her intelligence level.
If you want to say that, go ahead.
And what's she at from you? You're 85%. You said 85% anime, eating, running. They run, y'all. I just discovered that Trent runs just like her daddy. I recorded them and I was like, oh my God, they have the same stride and the same type of arm. Like their arms both, I don't know how to do it, but their arms both go the same way. It is amazing. Like that, I recorded it because I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, Trent can actually run. She doesn't want to run.
That's the other thing though. That's what she does not have of me. She does not have a competitive spirit. I don't know why.
She does have a competitive spirit.
No, she does not.
She does not like to lose.
Yeah, it's one thing to not like to lose. It's another thing to compete to not to not lose.
She did. When we put her on that track to run that 400, she was like, y'all made
like
me
that,
go
though.
and didn't train me for that. So I can kind of take her. We didn't train her. We made her get out there and run that 400. We was training her for the 200. So she was kind of right on that.
So I want to see. Hopefully she grow to. I want her competitive spirit to pick up as she gets.
She's competitive.
If she gets that, then I can say like, yeah, she's competitive like me because I hate to lose myself. And then after that, I'll talk about you too when I beat you. So that's what I do. I'm sorry. I'm a sore winner.
So anyway, I want to tell y'all we are proud of Ivan. He's going to the Junior Olympics, like I said, in California in about 2 weeks to run the 4x800, July 28th. He'll be running, and so if it is televised or live streamed, I'll come back on here and tell you guys if y'all want to watch him run that. He did PR Wednesday.
Yeah.
In the 4x8, so he ran his fastest time. Again, he trained hard, so it shouldn't surprise us. But I was so happy for him.
Yeah. I mean, it was great that he, and I don't know what's going on with the weather in Houston though, but honestly, I think if he had a couple more times running the 400. He got even his PR would have been even better than what it was because he would have had more time to like be in competition. But we get like random rain in the afternoons, like we have these random showers, and it just cancels the end of the track meet. So yeah.
Yep. And the last thing I want us to do, we talk about our business, Green Rose Insurance, and we told you we are a husband and wife team, and we have our own insurance agency called Green Rose Insurance. Well, Jamal and I have had experiences with people that have made it, and sometimes we want to ask them to collaborate or advice, and it's like they are arrogant and don't want to, they want to hold back. And so what me and Jamal said, when we become, when we become that way and get big, we always want to remain humble. And if somebody asks us for a picture or advice, we're going to be more than happy to share that advice. We're not going to be gatekeepers. We have run into gatekeepers. We've run into people that are arrogant. We've run into people that told us we don't collaborate. So it's just like, wow, if we ever when we become that way, we don't ever.
You say, but when we become like bigger than
what we are right now.
Yeah. So basically, I guess we
want to be humble. Just
when we become successful, like if if we ever get to the point to where we're like really recognized, which I think we kind of are a little bit. I know before, and you will go over a little bit, but before Ashley's her first Facebook account went out, people were recognizing her. It was you know, like we would be walking down in public, so she was starting to get local recognition. And then now it seems like I had 2 times where it's like people were talking about you getting all that money. You get all that. I'm like, what are you talking? I don't even know these 2 guys. And Ashley heard it before. I was like, is this guy talking? It's just weird. But the thing is, though, I'm never gonna get to the point to where it's like I feel like I'm better than anybody else. Never. I don't care if we're blessed with multi-millions of dollars. I'm never gonna be like, yes, I'm better than you, or you can't talk to me, or come. No, I'm just not gonna get that. And in my lifetime, I met people like that. Like just because they became successful, it all went to their head. And I pray every day that when we become successful, that God keeps us humble. I don't want everyone to be like, you know, I'm better than you. You can't talk to me about anything. I always want to be approachable and friendly throughout the whole time. So yeah.
Yep. And we want to remain humble. But anyways, guys, that's our time. Thank you for
God
tuning
bless
in.
you guys. You guys have a great week. If you see one of our commercials or our contents, because we're posting more content now, you know, especially about our business throughout the week, please like, share, and comment.
Heart it, whatever you got to do, just give us some love.
Yeah, give us some love for
just
real.
So we can.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, we just need any kind of feedback, anything. We would love it, and that'll just help us to spread the word about our insurance business.
All right, guys, you guys have a great week.
Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash, and bump.
Oh, well, there you go.
Bump and